I'm feeling a whirlwind of emotions right now, caught between anger and a longing to understand. But before I express my disappointment, I want you to know that there's something vital I need to share with you that might change everything. It's hard to confront you when my heart feels heavy with frustration, but I can't ignore the truth that lies beneath my anger. There's a piece of my heart that wants to reach out and explain why I feel this way and why it matters to both of us. Being upset with you is tough because it makes me realize how much I truly care. But before we dive into the conflict, let me share something with you that could bridge the gap between us and bring clarity to my feelings. In the midst of my anger, there's a voice inside me urging me to pause and reflect. I need you to hear me when I say that this frustration stems from a place of love and concern, and it's crucial for us to talk about it openly. I wish I could easily dismiss my feelings, but the truth is they weigh heavily on me. Before I let my emotions dictate our conversation, I want to express what's really at stake here, something that could change the way we see each other. The disappointment I feel isn't just about this moment. It's about the connection we've built. Before I unleash my frustrations, I want to share my perspective, something that could help us find common ground and heal together. I'm upset with you, and it's hard for me to process this emotion without addressing it. However, there's an essential part of me that wants you to hear the deeper reason behind my feelings first, so we can work through this together. Anger can cloud judgment, and I don't want to let it define our relationship. Before we dive into the details, there's something I need to express that may provide context for my feelings and illuminate the path forward for both of us. Sometimes, the things we hold back are the very things that need to be said. I'm feeling upset, but there's a truth I've been wrestling with, one that could help you understand my perspective better. I find myself at a crossroads between frustration and a desire to communicate honestly. There's something essential I want you to hear, something that will give you insight into my heart before we confront the issues at hand. When emotions run high, it's easy to lose sight of what truly matters. I want to take a moment to share with you a feeling that goes beyond my anger, something that underscores why our connection means so much to me. I'm struggling with this upset, but I realize it's crucial to express what's driving these feelings first. Let me take a moment to share the thoughts swirling in my mind as they hold the key to understanding my heart. It's tough to articulate my feelings when I'm upset, but I know there's a bigger picture here. Before we discuss the conflict, I need you to hear the part of me that seeks clarity and connection, despite the turmoil. I feel a storm of emotions brewing inside me, and I don't want to unleash it without first sharing the deeper truths that lie beneath. It's important to me that you understand where I'm coming from before we address the tension. I'm angry, yes, but I'm also deeply reflective. There's something essential I need to tell you about my feelings, something that will help us navigate this rocky moment together and emerge stronger. Before we dive into the issue at hand, there's a vital message I need you to hear. My feelings of frustration stem from a place of caring, and it's important to me that you understand this before we discuss the conflict. I'm not one to easily show my upset, but it's bubbling to the surface. I want to pause for a moment and express what's driving this emotion, as it may shed light on our current situation and help us move forward. The frustration I'm feeling is real, but I want to take a step back and clarify what's behind it. I believe that by sharing this first, we can address the issue more constructively and understand each other better. It's challenging to navigate these feelings of disappointment, but there's something deeper I need you to hear. Before we engage in the conflict, I want to open my heart and share the thoughts weighing on my mind. I find myself wrestling with anger, but I also feel a strong urge to communicate the reason behind it. Let me share my current thoughts and feelings before we delve into what's causing this rift between us. My emotions are tangled, and I know it's vital to express them clearly. Before we discuss our disagreement, I want to reveal something that could reshape our understanding of each other and our relationship. I'm feeling upset, but there's a voice within me urging caution. I need you to hear something first, something that could pave the way for a more productive conversation about our feelings and concerns. It's easy to let frustration take the lead in our conversations, but I want to prioritize understanding. Before we dive into what's bothering me, there's a piece of my heart that needs to be heard. I feel the weight of my anger, but I also feel a strong desire to communicate. Before we tackle the issue at hand, I want to share what's been on my mind, as it's essential for our connection. I'm wrestling with my emotions, feeling upset and confused. However, before I let those feelings dictate our conversation, I need to express a truth that's been on my heart, one that may change everything. The anger I feel is just one layer of my emotions, and I want to peel back that layer. Before we confront the issue, There's something essential I want you to know about how I truly feel. I'm finding it hard to express my upset, but I realize there's a deeper reason behind my feelings. I need to share this with you before we dive into what's troubling us, as it could bring us closer. I'm upset, but I want to pause and reflect. There's something significant I need to tell you, something that goes beyond anger and speaks to the heart of why our relationship matters to me. In moments of frustration, it's easy to lose sight of what really matters. Before we discuss the tension, I want to share a piece of my heart that could help us reconnect and understand each other better. I'm feeling a mix of anger and disappointment, but before I let those feelings take over, I want to express a truth that's been weighing on me. It's essential for our conversation moving forward. Navigating these emotions is challenging, but I recognize the importance of expressing what's behind my upset. Let me share this with you first, as it may illuminate our situation in a new light. I'm grappling with my emotions right now, feeling upset, but also wanting to communicate openly. Before we delve into the conflict, there's something crucial I need you to hear from me. I'm feeling a whirlwind of frustration, but I know it's essential to take a step back and communicate the deeper feelings I have. I want to share this with you before we address the disagreement. There's a part of me that's upset, but I also recognize the importance of honesty. I need to express my current thoughts and feelings before we dive into what's causing this rift between us. I'm struggling with my emotions, feeling upset and confused. However, I want to take a moment to share the thoughts that have been swirling in my mind, as they hold the key to understanding my feelings. I feel the weight of my frustration, but I also want to ensure we communicate openly. Before we confront the issue at hand, I want to share my thoughts, as they may bring clarity to our conversation. In the midst of my upset, I realize there's a truth I need to express. It's important to me that you hear this before we engage in the conflict, as it may shift our perspective on the matter. I'm feeling a storm of emotions caught between anger and love. I need you to hear something first, something that could reshape our understanding of each other and help us navigate this situation. I'm upset, but I also feel a deep sense of connection with you. There's something vital I want to share before we dive into the issue, as it could bring us closer and help us understand each other better. The frustration I'm feeling isn't just about this moment. It's about the bigger picture of our relationship. Before we address the conflict, I want to share my thoughts, which may help illuminate my feelings.